This video is brought to you by Anchor. So the iPhone 12 mini is still part of Apple's current lineup of products. For those who want to get a great phone for an even better price than the current 13 mini, it only makes sense to compare both compact phone kings to try and clear the air. Later in the video, I will also tell you what you should know before making a 12 mini purchase. Let's start with the most obvious thing, which is the color. Now I have the white versions of both devices, which are almost identical to the eye. I've only seen the new 13 black, and unfortunately, besides being a fingerprint magnet, it is even bluer than black, which disappointed me in last year's 12 mini. If you're not into vibrant colors, the Starlight color, or in simple terms, the white, is almost as white as the 12 mini, perhaps a tad bit colder in hue. Also, it is probably the color to go for if you want to rock the phone without the case and you hate fingerprints. The 13 mini is a hair thicker this time around, I assume to accommodate the larger battery, but besides that and the much larger camera housing, everything else is identical to the predecessor. Button placement, SIM tray location, and antenna bands are absolutely the same. It is a hair heavier as well, the 13 mini I mean, but you really have to focus on weighing them, to feel the difference. To the naked eye, the next easily noticeable difference is of course the notch area. As I've mentioned in my 13 mini video, this is the thing that was bothering me the most when I was using the 12 mini. I am not talking about the smaller notch on the 13 mini per se, but rather the available space that Apple took advantage of to make the corner icons as cohesive as the rest of the iPhone lineup. The cramped battery and signal icons and the clock were the things that reminded me that I was rocking a smaller iPhone when I used the 12 mini. Also, the notch seems taller on the 13 mini as well, which protrudes more when watching wide aspect ratio content, so keep that in mind. It might be a bit annoying at first, but nothing worrisome. The new notch design also requires new screen protectors. So, looking at both devices, you'll see that Nomad's screen protectors are radically different. One has a cutout for the speaker hole of yesteryear, and the new one has a tiny cutout at the very top for the new grill location. And yeah, I've managed to scratch my 13 mini screen before the protectors arrived, but if you've seen my 13 mini review, which I'll link below, you'll know what I mean when I say meh. By the way, it is essential to note that the entry storage capacity of the iPhone 13 mini is now 128GB and not 64, so the price difference of $100 no longer applies if you decide to go for the more reasonable 128GB of storage, where the 12 mini will only save you $50. That in itself could be a conclusion of this video, but I'll elaborate more in a bit. And by the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe, because why not? The cameras of both mini phones are great. It is true that the 13 mini has more to offer when it comes to photo and video capabilities, but the 12 is no slouch either. Both devices are competent shooters, and if you want to see what they're capable of when it comes to video, I'll leave a link to my iPad Pro review, which we shot entirely on both the 13 mini and the 12 mini in 4K Dolby Vision HDR. There are few software differences here, like the 13 mini supports cinematic mode in 1080p at 30 frames per second, which I'm sure many would find it more as a gimmick and not a reason to debate. The photos do look sharper on the newer model, and it is easy to spot the superior camera here. Still, it comes to no surprise since Apple had to put lenses diagonally to fit the last year's Pro Max exclusive sensor shift technology and improved lenses. Make no mistake, however, both devices offer incredible camera skills. The fact that the 13 mini is better is not a reason to urge you to base your decisions on. Moving on to displays, where we have the densest pixel sandwich from the entire iPhone lineup, providing some ridiculous 476 pixels per inch, and spot no other difference in specs and goodness except for the brightness, where instead of max brightness of 625, we now have 800 nits on the 13 mini. However, I haven't had a moment yet where I would thank someone for having 175 nits of extra brightness on the 13 mini, so really most likely you won't care either. So by that time you must be thinking it has to be the new chip. This is what will help determine which iPhone mini to buy. And you'll be absolutely wrong. Yes, the A15 Bionic chip leads the charts and benchmarks worldwide, but the A14 from last year is just as fast in everyday tasks. So again, this is not a reason to think that 13 is better than 12. So what is it then? It's the elephant in the room, and that's the battery. This has been the pain point of the Mini from the get-go. Although it might have been an okay battery for some people, it was a showstopper for many, and I'm talking about the 12 mini here. The 13 mini has addressed that issue with both a slightly larger battery capacity and of course the new more efficient A15 Bionic chip, resulting in an increased battery life of 1.5 hours claimed by Apple. In real life though, it is difficult to conclude for everyone how much better the battery life is, so to be objective, all I can do is share my experience. Before, with the 12 mini, I had developed a habit of topping up the battery around 1 or 2 p.m. to make it through the end of the day, waking up around 7 a.m. and going to bed around midnight. With the 13 mini, I can last an entire day, ending up of course in the red zone, so pretty much significant improvement if you ask me. I've barely used the MagSafe battery since I got the 13 mini, which speaks a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube content and I frequently use CarPlay wirelessly with navigation, which are services that take a toll on the capacity. On quiet days, I've had occasions where I would go to bed with a battery life of around 40%, which is fantastic for such a compact device. But no matter which iPhone you go for, one thing is for sure, you won't be getting a charger in the box. This is where Anker comes along to save the day with my new favorite Anker Nano Pro charger, which is as cute as the iPhone mini itself. This tiny USB-C charger, which is twice as small as Apple's 18-watt one, to be precise 45% smaller, boasts a 20-watt power output and fits in any pocket, pouch or bag. It is built with the new iPhones in mind and it fits the rest of the Apple lineup perfectly. It is ideal for charging an Apple Watch, AirPods, and even all the iPads. The built-in Active Shield technology protects the devices by monitoring the charge temperature to stay in the safe range, safeguarding the device. The Anker Nano Pro comes in 4 beautiful finishes at a very reasonable price, so be sure to check out the first link in the description below to grab or gift the Nano Pro charger. So here are my thoughts about whether or not you should buy the iPhone 12 mini or 13 mini. If you're buying them officially from Apple, the price difference of $100 is not that much of a gap to not recommend and purchasing the 13 mini, and only because of the improved battery life. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're shopping for a 128GB model, the price difference of $50 should absolutely steer you to the newer and improved phone. However, getting the 12 mini with a larger than $100 discount changes the scenario. For the downside of the battery, you can easily get an external solution and even purchase accessories that will turn the 12 mini into a Hulkbuster that will serve you fantastic. If by any chance you're buying a second-hand 12 mini, be sure to check the battery health and try and get something that is 2, 3 or 4 months old, still under warranty. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my iPhone playlist and consider subscribing to my bi-weekly newsletter where I share BTS content and even tutorials lately. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below or ping me on Twitter. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.